everyone. Welcome to episode 3. I'm pumped. Who's pumped? You pumped?
Yeah, sure.
I'm ready, mate. I'm ready.
Sick of the Pundits. Episode 3. I'm here with Alex Mendoza.
Pew, 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 pew.
Louis Mendoza. And I'm here. I'm Josh Murray. That's it. So, yeah, cool. So episode 3. Louis, what are we doing today?
Today, Josh, we are discussing, obviously still prominently in the news, George Floyd and racism within society, racism within sport. Liverpool FC-wise, we will be discussing Admiral Lallana being offered an extension to his contract till the end of the current season. Jordan Henderson, his longevity and his influence and legacy. In other football news, we will be discussing Leagues 1 and 2 being ended early. Would it be fair to end these seasons early, considering that the Premiership and the Championship look like they will be going on? And then finally, in non-football news, we will be discussing AJ versus Tyson Fury. 2 fights have been agreed. We will be getting you guys' views later on. Obviously, to begin with, we'd like to pay our respects to George Floyd and the Black Lives Matters campaign movement. US Soccer have ended the ban on kneeling during the national anthem, and several sports stars, including Lewis Hamilton and Raheem Sterling, have come out voicing their support for the campaign and the whole movement. I think I speak on behalf of us three in total in saying that we fully support the campaign, we fully support equality within society, and we fully support kicking out racism within all sports. Do you guys want to say any further on that?
Yeah, I'll go first on it. Like you said, obviously, we fully support the Black Lives Matter movement. I've always supported it from the beginning and always will. It is a terrible disgrace what happened to George Floyd, but it's not the first incident and sadly not the last. We've got to do better as humans, as people, kind of going forward. Condolences to his family and all families that have had similar treatment at the hands of, pretty shitty cops that seem hungry for violence and like drunk on power almost. We are a sports podcast, so I don't want to ramble on and sermonize everyone about and our listeners about race and injustice and how the system is built to oppress us and whatnot. But what I would say is that if you are actively trying to make the world a better place on a daily basis, whether it's protesting, signing the right petitions, or educating friends and family, strangers, whoever, that is the step in the right direction for a better world. I'll pass it on to Josh.
Yeah, I just want to echo what Alex was saying. Being a black man in this world, having a black son as well, essentially, you have to look at these things, and every time these images happen, it's almost like we're becoming numb to it. But I feel like this one in particular has set the world alight, set the world on fire in a sense. So it's about us understanding from this moment of what we need to do for our communities, and how we uplift them and how we ensure that these things just don't happen. Like Alex was saying, it is about power, it is about poverty, it is about all these things that we seem to walk and not really talk about. Essentially, that's the reason why George Floyd's life has been taken away from him. But essentially what we're talking about here is the fact that the image that's stuck in my head is the image of Stacks putting George Floyd's child just above his shoulders, and the child saying, "My daddy's changed the world." I think that's the most beautiful thing. So from George Floyd's death, hopefully the world can rise like a phoenix out of the ashes and become something beautiful, something more inclusive, something that teaches us that we have to learn from the past and make sure that we don't repeat the same mistakes. That's what I'm praying for. That's what I'm hoping for. I just want sport to recognize that as well. I think the NFL have really come out and supported, without saying Kaepernick's name though, and that's why this is another thing. But that's why I'm not called the NFL for that one. The commissioner just didn't even say his name, said that we got things wrong. didn't mention his name. And because it's Patrick Mahomes that's coming out and leading this, obviously Patrick Mahomes is their star boy, whereas Kaepernick was on the bench, and more or less, you see how these people change their tone. But it's about us as well. We have to hold these people accountable. And I think that's what the world is doing now. So hopefully, like I said, George Floyd has changed the world.
Yep. I agree.
Really nice comments and views, guys. Very nice touch. If we move on to Liverpool FC, this contract until the end of the season. Jurgen Klopp has come out and said, it is not possible for me to find words in the English language to properly explain the importance of Adam Lallana during my period of being manager of this club. Adam Lallana seems to be a bit of a divisive player, I think it's fair to say, during his 6 years here at the club. Why is he a divisive figure, Alex?
I always mention the average fan, but most people look at goals and assists, especially for an attacking midfield player, and he hasn't got the numbers that you'd expect him to have. He's such a good footballer, great with both feet. He's got the best turn in the league. I actually love Adam Lallana. He's a lot more than, goals and assists. Yeah, man. Big up Adam Lallana. But I mean, before he got injured that one time, he was like an integral part in Klopp's system. He was the one that led the press, that led the charge going forward when Klopp first came. And obviously he got injured and he petered out a little bit, and he's lost that yard of pace, you could say, with the fact that he's aged and whatnot. But he does a lot for the team, not just on the pitch. It's a lot of the off the pitch stuff. It leads on to the kind of the English boy setup, the banter in the dressing room, the fact that they're big characters and they make everyone feel welcome. So I feel like Klopp recognizes that he's a big character in the dressing room, and he leads by example. Off with Milner and Henderson, and they are a tight group, but they make everyone feel inclusive. So I reckon that's what Klopp goes on about when he's saying it's not possible to describe obviously his contribution, because it's not just the goals and assists that everyone likes to look at. It is the whole team aspect and philosophy that Klopp has been promoting since day one, and where obviously Lallana has been there since day one. So 100%, man. It'd be a shame to see him go, but it is the right timing as well. It'd be good to see him get the Prem. Good to see us finally get the Prem in general anyway. But yeah, it's probably the right time for him to leave, I'd say.
Thanks for that, Alex. Josh, if you were the owner, or if you were Jurgen Klopp, would you be tempted to maybe give Adam Lallana another year on top, or do you feel his natural end has sort of come at the moment?
100% the natural end. I'm not going to bash Adam Lallana. I actually agree with most of what Alex said. I know we have a bit of a back and forth, but I'm not going to have it for this one. I think keeping Adam Lallana, unfortunately, would prevent the growth of people like Curtis Jones. And I think Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, they need a space to grow. And I totally agree with Alex on that sort of triumvirate he mentioned with you've got Milner, Henderson, and Lallana. I think they were key to Klopp's sort of hard work. I mean, the press, Adam Lallana made that his own. And also, there was a moment where Adam Lallana was the best English football player at one time. I think it was just before. He was voted the best English football player at one time.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
He did score some key goals for England as well, didn't he?
Just before the tournament, I think. I think it was just before the Euros. But yeah, so I look at it like that, and I think Adam Lallana is a special player. I think injuries have ruined him. Unfortunately, his time at Liverpool. But he will go down as a person who's won Champions League, won the Premier League. Cool, you can't be upset with that.
Yep, and we definitely wouldn't argue with that as a player. Moving on, guys. Jordan Henderson signed in the 2011-2012 season. He's been at the club for 9 seasons. It feels this season that he's finally getting the praise that he deserves. You were sort of you wanted to bring up this topic. Jordan Henderson, rightfully getting all the praise he deserves this season.
So is that me? Sorry, it cut out a little bit. You aiming that at me?
I did say Josh actually. But...
Oh, okay. Yeah, go on. No, it cut out.
I'll go.
Sorry.
Hendo. Do you know what? I like Jordan Henderson. And the reason why I was like, definitely we should discuss this, because I think he shows that hard work pays off. He's a player that nobody liked. Everyone called him 5-yard passer. Everyone called him, he passes sideways all the time.
He does.
But
He does. Still.
he does. But he's the type of player who doesn't excel at what he does, but on the pitch, the guy's a lion, and you have to rate that. He's a leader of men. He's got everyone's respect in that dressing room. And to take on the personality to take the captaincy from Steven Gerrard, who's arguably Liverpool's best player of all time, we can argue that, but I would say so. To take that and then to lead the team to win the Premier League, to lead the team to win the Champions League, he's always going to be in Liverpool folklore. And not as the greatest football player of the time, all time, but probably as a leader, he's probably second to none. But even Steven Gerrard, I'd say Steven Gerrard led by example. Whereas in terms of what he did on the pitch, whereas Jordan Henderson is just a natural leader of the things he does off the pitch, off the way he controls the best dressing room, off the way he fights the referees, off the way he sort of leads the players and things like that, and the way he fights other players. That stare down with Diego Costa was one of the best things. So
yeah,
I rate Jordan Henderson for the things that he does as a captain, as a leader. Maybe not as a football player. I don't think his talent is that great, but everything else he has in abundance, and he deserves to stay here.
It's really been 9 years. Jesus.
That
9 years of Jordan. 9 years of Jordan Henderson. I don't know how I feel about that. No, don't get me wrong. Look, I love Hendo as well. He's a great captain. It just shows how good of a captain he is. I mean, we got players like Virgil van Dijk, captains his national team. Andrew Robertson, captains his national team. Then you got Milner, who's obviously a big captain as well. Salah, Egypt as well. Obviously, he captains them. So there's a lot of captains in our team.
Mane.
But Mane as well. How could I forget? So there's a lot of
well, I think.
Is Naby Keita too?
I think so.
Jeez,
I might be talking shit.
But the fact that he's the one, we don't check facts here. But the fact that he's the one leading the way does show what a big character he actually is.
Yeah,
he's always been. I always get onto Hendo about his footballing ability, but I guess he's not really in the. How does this sound bad? I was going to say he's not in the team for his footballing ability. I guess our midfield really suits him in what Klopp has built, in the sense that it is the hustle and bustle, it is the high work rate. And as a captain, me personally, Jordan Henderson is someone that I would want to go to war with. He doesn't look like the type of person that would ask me to do something that he wouldn't do. So he would track his runner. He would run 40 yards in the opposite direction to free up space for the best player. Those are the type of stats that don't come up, but his teammates see it and the manager sees it, which is the most important thing.
100%.
So all praise to Jordan Henderson. Well done for everything he's done. He's not the player of the season though, but if he gets it, hey ho, there you go. Yeah, give it to Mane, give it to Virgil, even give it to Alisson. I wouldn't personally give it to Hendo because he hasn't really done the extraordinary things that a player of the season should get. But all the other stuff, yeah, he's a great player. I think we could all agree anyway. It will be an absolute pleasure to see Jordan Henderson lift up that Premiership trophy, regardless.
Do the shuffle.
Oh yeah. He's got the best shuffle in the game, man. Ain't nobody lift the trophy better than Hendo.
Perfect. All right, guys. So that was our take on Jordan Henderson. In other football news, Leagues 1 and 2 ended early. Tables were settled on points per game. In League 1, we had a situation where Coventry and Rotherham will be going up from League 1. Originally, Wycombe were in 8th place, but have replaced Peterborough in a playoff position. So Wycombe have jumped from 7th, or from 8th even, all the way up to 3rd. In League 2, Swindon have overtaken Crewe at the top of the table. Do you think it's fair or unfair, seeing as the Premiership and Championship seasons look likely to continue? If you were a Wycombe or Swindon fan, obviously you'll be loving all of this. Is it unfair if your team has gone from one position and has now dropped to another position? Was there another possibility that could have come out of this? what do you guys think on the season ending on points per game? Alex, what do you reckon?
Well, it's definitely not fair. I mean, I don't think there is a fair way to do it because you do it one way, one team's going to like it. You do it another way, another team's not going to like it. So I don't think there is a fair way. Is this the fairest way possible? I don't know. I just feel hard done by if I was in a playoff spot and then I got kicked out.
Yeah.
I'd be fuming. Who was it that got kicked out? Wickham. Wickham weren't even in there, and then all of a sudden they're just there now. Was it Wickham?
Yeah, Wickham went all the way up to third. Peter.
And they were. Yeah, see, I'd be fuming.
Yeah,
Imagine you're a Peterborough fan.
Down to 7th.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy about that. I mean, I was always for just play the games when the time comes. I don't see why you have to force for it to stop, especially with the Championship and the Prem going on. Why would you have to avoid these seasons as well? I mean, you can argue with, like, you know, your Saturday football, Sunday football, all of that stuff, but Leagues 1 and 2 is still really integral in the English football. So yeah, I don't personally like it being ended this way.
Josh, do you think there's an argument to say that the attacking teams have been awarded as such? Over the league, if teams are locked in terms of points, it doesn't go down to goal difference; it goes down to wins over your head-to-head opponents. Is there an argument to say that the attacking and the exciting teams have been awarded in this situation?
100%. But that's the way football should be played anyway. The attacking team should be getting most of the benefits, even when it comes to the offside rule. To be honest, the striker usually gets the nod over the defender, so it is what it is. I'll be honest with you guys though, lower league football, don't give a shit. It's unfortunate for you guys, but maybe if you guys did better, you wouldn't be in this situation.
Just to put it out there, we appreciate and support football at all levels.
That shit. It's cold, it's wet, it's damp. People don't want to be watching that football. Sorry, guys. Deal with it.
Fair enough. Okay. Moving on to non-football article we saw. It's the big boxing fight. Anthony Joshua versus the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. I believe the general fan would probably side with Tyson Fury. The bookies definitely have. They currently have him at 4-7. Can anyone make a case for Anthony Joshua winning one of these two fights?
Okay, I'm gonna go for it. The thing is, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't usually pay for like box office and all that.
Why? How else do you watch it?
I watch it by going to my friend Alex's house.
Who pays for it legitimately, shall we add?
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, that's so. But when I paid to watch Tyson Fury fight, thanks to BT Sports, you mugs, I paid and it was amazing. That guy's definitely box office. I can't lie to you. And for me, as a heavyweight boxer, nobody has moved like that guy in years. He probably is an all-time great. Anthony Joshua, is he a better boxer than Deontay Wilder? 100%. I think Anthony Joshua has enough power and enough skill to trouble Tyson a lot more than Deontay Wilder did. But I don't know if Anthony Joshua can beat him. But I don't want to doubt Anthony Joshua because this is the same guy that knocked out Klitschko. And got knocked down by Klitschko, got back up and knocked Klitschko out. As for when he fought the Mexican brother, that guy,
Ruiz.
Ruiz, that's his name. I'm a boxing expert. Don't worry about it. Ruiz, yeah. When he fought that guy, with the Ruiz fight, it just seemed like Anthony Joshua wasn't motivated. Obviously, and that could be understandable when. Actually, no, I heard a rumor that he got knocked out during sparring, but we don't discuss rumors here, do we? But
Nothing's right.
yeah,
Yeah. No
yeah.
facts.
But
No facts.
I just no facts. And I don't think he was in the right headspace. But I think this one, with all the world watching, like I heard Frank Warren say, this could have been a wild take, to be honest. I heard Frank Warren say, it was like, oh, this is the biggest thing since England winning the World Cup in 1966. Yeah. So
What?
yeah, that's what he said. But then I thought about it. I'm like, maybe it's a big boxing event, so who knows? But yeah, that's my take on
Really?
it. I think Anthony Joshua could win, but I think I'm gonna bet on Anthony Joshua to win because there's no point of betting on people who are supposedly going to win. Doesn't make sense. You lose your money. Anyway, Alex, your thoughts?
That made no sense. Wait, what? There's no point betting on people that are supposedly going to win because you're going to lose your money. What?
Alex,
Yeah,
two fights. What's the score? Will Fury easily win both fights? Or would it be a draw, which would lead to a trilogy? What would you reckon?
I see Fury winning both. Just
Raw.
it's that simple. His boxing IQ is just that much higher than AJ's. Obviously AJ's got the physique and he did look a lot sharper in his last fight against Ruiz. But I feel Tyson Fury's camp is a lot smarter and they'll have like everything covered. They know what to expect. I don't think they're going to see any surprises with AJ. I mean, I'm trying to think of a surprise that AJ could throw, but
He's a power
it's
puncher,
tough.
AJ's got power.
That's what I mean. But then look at Fury's defense. It's so good. Like I don't see what traps he's going to set. So to be honest, I don't see him winning at all. Yeah, Fury 2-0, easy peasy.
Just to throw in a little curveball. Throw in a little curveball here. Does a Lennox Lewis or a Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield beat Tyson Fury, or is that a much more closer matchup?
I think the heavyweight boxers
Tyson now.
I think the heavyweight boxers are a lot heavier than Mike Tyson was in Mike Tyson's prime. So you have to put that into account. But I was going to say as well, I was listening to Matt Kellerman talk about it, and he was saying that Deontay Wilder still has his rematch clause to fight Tyson Fury anyway. So you never know. Deontay Wilder could get a lucky punch in because it's not like he hasn't put him down before. But then again, Tyson Fury is like proper motivated. But Deontay Wilder coming off a loss, he's never lost before, so maybe he'll be super motivated as well. So it's interesting.
I was more interested in the what's it called, the Fury fight and Wilder, if I'm being honest, just because of the pre-fight antics. I'm all about the controversy at the beginning and the hyping up the fights.
You don't
AJ
think that'll be the
doesn't
same
really
for
do
this
that.
one?
No, I don't think AJ doesn't do that. He's too proper.
Alex is hating on AJ right now because AJ is a good-looking guy. I understand, bro. I understand.
What? I don't. What are you trying to say?
He's hating. It's like, his girl's in the room right now as well. His girl follows AJ on Instagram. It's understandable, bro. My guy. It's alright. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Well, firstly, I don't even think that's true. Secondly, he's a good-looking guy. I ain't got no issues. I ain't got no issues with AJ and what he looks like. Come on, I'm not like that. But as a boxer, he's just not levels. He's not levels with it. Come on. And he didn't even get a trim in the last fight against Ruiz, so there, have that. Oh, man.
Moving on. I'll go on. Go on, Josh.
Real quick. Do you know what would be really interesting, though? Francis Ngannou fought Deontay Wilder.
That would be fucking amazing.
He's got the heaviest punch in the world. I would like if I'm Floyd Mayweather, I'd be like, look, Conor, let's run this back again. Let's do this again. Let the world get hyped. But let's do on the undercard Francis Ngannou versus Deontay Wilder. If this happens, I want to get paid for it. Thanks. I'm throwing it out there.
All 11 listeners are going to be like the ones that lead the charge.
Yeah. One of them is Frank Warren anyway.
It's actually 20. It's actually 22 views. I just wanted to
put that
out there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That's all right. Right, wild takes. I think there's only one man who can introduce this segment.
Yeah, it's me. Wild takes. Wild takes.
That's shit. This is the track. Wow!
Oh my god!
It's just a wild take. Alright, cool guys.
That was a big build-up. This better be good.
The wild take of this week. Wild Cakes doesn't discriminate. We're all Liverpool fans here. However, Liverpool fans come down, you are introduced to the table. At the end of the day, guys, you people who are still screaming FSG out because we're not going to sign Werner, you people are mad. You're mad. Saying that on Twitter, when I saw the Twitter explode, FSG out, FSG out. Timo Werner's going. You people are mad. Stop that. It's embarrassing. You lot are embarrassing. FSG. I'm not the FSG fan club here, but these guys are winners. They've taken us from almost being relegated. Roy Hodgson being like, yeah, I don't think Liverpool are big enough to not get relegated. To Jurgen Klopp about to win the Prem for the first time in 30 years. You man need to sort your lives out. Timo Werner may not be coming. We don't even know this yet. We don't know. The rumor was last week, like, Timo Werner's going to sign for Chelsea. Da, 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 da. What happened? Nothing's happened yet. Be patient. Enjoy this season. And then we'll go to transfer window next season. Shit. You might make me mad.
Oh, man. No, it's true. It's genuinely... Sorry, were you going to say something, Louis?
No, I probably can't actually argue with that. I think you've summed it all up.
I'm saying.
But with
logical thinker.
Anything with Twitter, especially with them hashtags, more often than not, it's people that barely watch the game. They're just like keyboard warriors, isn't it? Just looking for something to moan. They may not even be Liverpool fans. It's like sad people that make accounts of other football clubs that they don't even support just to spread hate.
Like Kevin Durant.
Yeah. Nah, shout out Easy Money Sniper. I like that guy.
Only one goat in this game. Number 23 on my back. Not that old guy that smokes cigars and cusses out teammates. Not that guy. King James. King James.
Why do you hate everyone? I don't understand. What's wrong with MJ?
What's wrong with MJ? He makes some really great trainers.
He does make really good trainers, doesn't he? He really does. No, but yeah, just on your wild take here, them Liverpool fans, they're not Liverpool fans. They're just moaning and bitching for no reason, and they should stop it. Yeah.
I think, in the interest of fairness, let's throw it out there. Do you guys agree with Josh over here? Has he unfairly attacked you? Please let us know.
Come to my mention. Sick of the pundits. I'll be waiting, bitches.
Oh man, what a wild take! I like that one. That was one of your better wild takes.
I'm out here
over the past few weeks. Oh man. All right, what we're gonna do, we'll close out with a quote of a terrible pundit. We'll do this on a weekly basis. So the throwback for terrible pundit quotes will be Michael Owen, who once said, "That would have been a goal had it gone inside the post." Signing off. This is everyone here at Sick of the Podcast. Have a good day, guys.
Sick of the podcast.
Sick of the pundits.
Guys, probably are sick of our podcast.
Everyone,
shout out Sick of the Podcast.
Follow us on Twitter, Sick of the Pundits. You'll find us, and you'll also find us on YouTube, Sick of the Pundits. We will be uploading, or we'll try to upload once every week. Who knows?
Maybe.
All right, guys. Do we want to leave our social media? I'll go first. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, LouisM2. Do follow.
Yeah, my Instagram, Dookie1992, Twitter, Dookie92.
And I am still an old man who has a child. Therefore, my Instagram is Sick of the Pundit without the S, because I couldn't get that last line in. And also the Twitter is Sick of the Pundit without the S, because I couldn't get that last line in. It's right. Take care, guys. Have a great week. And next week, football is back. Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew.
Stay safe, everyone.